First of all, thank you for buying the Forex Avenger trading method. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is David Curran. I'm 46 years old. I live in a place called Barnoldswick, which makes most people laugh. It's on the edge of the Yorkshire Dales in England, a very beautiful part of the world. I'm married to Catherine and have been for 17 years. We have 3 sons, Tony, Matthew and Samuel, and I also now have a little granddaughter called Marnie. Now for many years I worked as a supermarket manager, and part of my performance bonus every quarter, if I did well, I would receive shares in the company. Now it always fascinated me of how one month my shares might be worth £3 each, and then a couple of months later they might be worth £4. What made them go up? What made them go down? I didn't know, but it fascinated me. Eventually, over the years, this question kept popping up, so I decided to find out why. So I answered an advert in a national paper saying how to trade the stock markets. So I sent off my £132, roughly $250 US, and what I received back was a A4 folder with about 90 pages in it. I thought, hello, I've been ripped off here. So I set about reading the content, and it was soon apparent the true value, and £132 was cheap, because what it did was show me the mechanics of how to trade. It opened the door to the trading world for me. So I started trading, and at the early days was very successful. It did very, very well. Then mistakes started creeping into my trading, niggly little things. So I then decided that I needed more education. If I was going to take this serious, I needed to educate myself far more. So I left the supermarket trade because it took up a lot of time and energy, and went and got a job at the local abattoir. The reason I took this job was the hours. It was an early start and an early finish, and it meant I could trade the US markets in the afternoon. Now I had a fantastic boss at the time, named Bob Bedford, later to become a good friend, who knew what I was doing and would say, go on Dave, you get yourself off early, go and make some money or go and do some studying. So for the next 2 years I studied, I read and bought everything I could get my hands on trading, so I could increase my knowledge. Now after this period of time I felt a lot more comfortable on how to trade, what made the markets go up, what made them go down, the discipline that's needed in trading, the money management side, and also a lot of the indicators that you see on charting packages. After this 2-year period of time I then purchased a couple of courses, systems, methods, whatever you want to call them. Traded them for a little while, but they weren't really what I wanted. They didn't suit my lifestyle. So I then decided to develop my own system, my own method. So I set about the task. Now I spent hundreds, if not thousands of hours developing a method, back testing it, then demo testing it, and if it was good enough, then live testing. Now I developed quite a few good systems, methods, and a lot of bad ones, but it was all a good process. Now eventually I came across what we now call the Forex Avenger trading method. Now this was a great method because it gave me what I wanted. First of all, we all need money to live, so it produced money, but secondly it gave me a lot of free time. which was great to pursue the things that you always dream about doing. But it does at certain times require a lot of effort. There is times where you have to get up in the middle of the night to check your charts. That's unavoidable, but that's the effort that you have to put in, because let's face it, nobody's going to give you something for nothing. You get out what you put in. So that's the history and a little bit about myself. So we'll now proceed into the course. What I'll do is I'll run you step by step through all the processes so you fully understand how the Forex Avenger trading method works. After the course, what I encourage you to do is to back test and to see the results that the method does produce. Then after that, I encourage you to demo trade before you commit any money to it. What this will do is it will condition your mind to exactly what it can produce, and when you do take a loss or a series of losses, you can see the bigger picture because you've got the results in front of you. So let's begin.